Now loading podcast, period.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to Podcast Period, the internet's stupidest podcast. My name is Ben, and with me today, as always, is my co-host David.
What's up, guys?
Today we are a little light on the news. We're actually a little light on everything, so we're gonna see if we can make it work. We're not gonna stretch it out and try to fill out the time if we can't. But let me tell you, it has been a slow 2 weeks apparently, because we couldn't find anything. All right, so we will start out with what little news we were able to find. The first one, which is actually pretty recent, as of recording anyway, Roblox, the kids game that's kind of like Minecraft, kind of like Lego, but a lot like none of those things, has recently been put on the public stock exchange. I think their original offering was for like $29, but people actually started purchasing it for $45 a share. So it's ridiculous. This, I think their valuation as of right now is $45.3 billion. Yes, you heard that right. $1 billion. And that's up from. They've got different valuations in this article here. That's up from January 2017, $500 million. That's all they were worth in less than 5 years ago, and they're up to 45.3. Comparatively, against other gaming companies, they're bigger than Ubisoft, Take-Two, which, if for those of you who don't know, is the publishers of GTA and Red Dead Redemption and whatnot, and Electronic Arts. The only two gaming companies listed that they are smaller than is Activision and Tencent. And Tencent is like a gaming juggernaut at this point, so it makes a ton of sense. It's absolutely ridiculous how their data that they've got here. Like, I don't understand. Like, Roblox has been around forever. It's been around since I've been in like middle school. So it's insane that something that seemed so dumb to me as a kid has gotten so huge. Their daily active users as of Q4 2020. And this is users that come on every single day. 37.1 million users.
Ridiculous.
And each of those users apparently on average spends about $57 per day. Well, maybe not per day. It says average spending per daily active user in 2020. So I guess $57 per daily active user throughout the entire year of 2020, which is still a pretty decent chunk of change when you think about it. So it's ridiculous.
You know what I learned today? I didn't know Take-Two owned Rockstar.
You didn't know that?
Rockstar is not its own thing?
I mean, I think it was at one point, but they got out. They got bought out by Take-Two. Yeah.
When?
A while ago, before GTA 5.
You gotta be kidding me.
No.
Huh.
Here, let's see. 2008.
Oh, well, still, the fact that I didn't know that at all is amazing, considering how much I love GTA. Who would have thunk it?
Oh, and they also own 2K.
How is Roblox valued higher than Take-Two and Electronic Arts? How?
That's a good question, David. I don't know.
That's so stupid. Whatever.
All right.
Whatever.
Let's move on to our next thing here.
Golly. Oh, goodness gracious. So, I picked this specifically because you have it, so I figured this would be interesting. T-Mobile will set your web usage data. Good God. I said sell your web usage data to advertisers unless you opt out. So data sales begin on April 26th unless you opt out. T-Mobile claims to be the case. I don't know if I believe them or not.
Yeah.
They're going to start a new program next month that gives customers web browsing and device usage data to advertisers unless customers opt out of the data sharing. So, great. Wonderful. More ways that more people can track you, and great. For directions on how to opt out of the expanded data sharing, you have to see the first section of the T-Mobile privacy notice. And there's a way to get into a link also that you can go and say, do not sell my data. So great, wonderful, woohoo. So funny. I wonder if this is related at all to Sprint. Like, is this something that was like in the works with Sprint? And when they bought them back in April of last year, it kind of went through the plans to the higher up company, or if T-Mobile's been working on this for a while.
That's a good question. Either way, it's pretty shady. I don't understand why any company can get away with this. Oh, we're going to sell all of your information unless you opt out. Yeah, like every one of T-Mobile's customers is going to read an article about this. I mean, realistically, how many people do you think are going to know about this? Like, what? Half if they're lucky?
No, they'll be lucky if it's anywhere near 10% of their customers know.
Yeah, exactly. So the majority of their customers are going to have their data sold, and they won't know about it. T-Mobile's going to be making bank off of this. I mean, relatively, you know? I don't know how much they're selling the data for, considering it's anonymous. Yeah, right. But anyway.
Yeah, it's anonymous in that it's not directly tied to a single person's individual data. It's just they're sharing the advertising IDs, but they've confirmed that the advertising ID is indeed tied to your device. So that's basically the same thing. I mean, if you can pinpoint exactly which device it's coming from, that sounds pretty easy to figure out who it is to me.
Yeah. It's almost like, you know, if these people got a hold of somebody's advertising ID from T-Mobile and they were able to get a hold of, you know, other not necessarily anonymous data about that same person, they could just compare the two and, you know, see, oh, this is very similar. Man, it's almost like they're the same person. It's so dumb. I hate when companies do this, like, for real. I understand that this is like a part of our free web economy at this point. You know, not everybody wants to pay for a fee to get on a website or whatever, but like, come on now. So you got to leave some things alone. Like, for real. Just ridiculous.
Yeah, it's whatever. I don't understand, but whatever. You're on notice to go in and find this website link, whatever it may be, and opt out.
Yeah.
And the
Trust
minute
me,
AT&T,
I'm going to.
We're finally bashing a mobile carrier that isn't AT&T.
Oh my gosh! Wow. See, we're not biased, guys. It just so happens to be a lot of bad news about AT&T.
We hate everybody equally when they deserve it.
Exactly. Okay, so this is probably my favorite article of this week because I love the Bethesda. I like Bethesda as a company, but I love the games that they've come out with, especially here recently. Fallout 76, not so much. I'm not a huge Fallout fan. And Skyrim, I haven't really been able to get into, but let me tell you, that Wolfenstein franchise and the Doom franchise, I am all about that.
Yeah, that's not gonna get a whole lot of attention. It's only Doom. I mean, who's heard about Doom?
I'm sorry, who's heard about the grandfather? Well, I guess Wolfenstein would be the grandfather. The original Wolfenstein, anyway. The father of modern shooters. Who's heard about that, David? Huh?
Nobody.
So anyway, because of Microsoft's purchase of Bethesda, they're adding a ton of Bethesda games to Game Pass. The definitive list for the ones that are going to be coming out on PC, I think there's more than this because I'm looking at the infographic up above, and there's definitely more games on there for PC than what I'm seeing. But anyway, they've got Dishonored Definitive Edition, Dishonored 2, the original Doom, Doom 2, Doom 64, Doom 3, Doom Eternal, Fallout 4, Fallout 76, Prey, Rage 2, The Elder Scrolls Morrowind, Oblivion, and Skyrim, The Evil Within, Wolfenstein The New Order, which I greatly recommend if you have not played it yet. It is worth it 1,000,000 times. I love the game. Wolfenstein The Old Blood, which is an expansion to The New Order, also very good. Wolfenstein Youngblood, which I haven't played, but I've heard is meh.
Meh.
But it's co-op, so maybe we're going to have to try it one day. And now it's free, so we don't have to pay $20 for a meh game. Anyway.
I'm okay with that.
Yeah. So, yeah, there's a ton of new games. It's missing some games that don't really make sense for it to not have, like Fallout 3 or The Evil Within 2 or the original Doom 2016 game or the original Rage for that matter. But I think this is a pretty decent selection of games for what it is. And, there's enough content here for you to check out. I can guarantee you if you wanted to play through every single one of these games, you'd be there for almost an entire year. Like, for real. And there's even more if you've got Game Pass Ultimate, because the ones that I mentioned are only the ones that are coming out on PC. There's like 2 or 3 that I see that aren't going to be coming out for PC, which doesn't make sense to me, but whatever.
Yeah, this just adds to the value that is Game Pass, and honestly, I understand some people don't like subscriptions, and that's fine. If you're one of those people that like a good large variety of games and you'd like to play something different like every couple of weeks, you get tired of the same old stuff that's been in your library or whatever, get Game Pass, because there's just so much stuff getting added to it, so many things from Microsoft, and now this, so that's the one good thing about them buying up everybody, I guess. More games on Game Pass.
Yep.
Gotta use that money somewhere.
Maybe next they'll buy Sony and we can finally get Spider-Man over here. I doubt that's ever gonna happen.
Not gonna happen. Oh, that'd be funny though. Xbox takes over PlayStation 5.
Oh my gosh.
The end of PlayStation as we know it.
That would be hilarious.
So, speaking of all the money in the world, Microsoft might have it, but that's okay. The U.S. government will just turn on the big money machine and make it go burr and just send out millions and trillions of dollars, because that's exactly what we're doing.
Oh my gosh.
Did I get you on that one?
That was good. Gotta make that money machine go burr.
$1.9 trillion stimulus bill did pass, made it through the House, made it through the Senate. Oh, Mr. Joe is expected to sign it, and he did today. So, great. Wonderful. What does that mean in the nitty-gritty for people that actually care? It is a third stimulus check for up to $1,400, depending on not age brackets, but income brackets and stuff. They might go out as soon as this upcoming weekend, which is really fast. It didn't take very long for the last ones to go out either. It seemed like it was 2-3 weeks later, and mine had already been deposited, so here we go again. Hey, whatever. There's a bunch of other things that are in it too. A lot of people are kind of upset about it, but hey, it is what it is. Whatever. They're expanding unemployment benefits for those that need it. It's all related to the massive economic mess that has been caused by COVID-19 pandemic, which is finally gotten around to being a year long. A lot longer than I thought it would be, and I hope it's fastly finished.
Well, it's not like our former president helped it at all.
No,
I see all you
not
Trump
really.
people out there. He didn't help. You know he didn't. You can lie to yourself all you want to, but let's be real. We wouldn't be where we are right now if somebody with a brain was in charge.
Mm.
We didn't have anybody with a brain in the White House.
I just hope that gas doesn't go up so much that $1,400 literally ends up being like 4 tanks worth of gas. That's all I'm saying.
Listen, if it gets to that point, then we're gonna have to go to Mad Max rules, and you know, I'll play flaming guitars and spray paint my mouth with silver spray paint. I'm all good. I'll do it. Whatever it takes to get that gasoline, you know what I mean?
Oh, goodness gracious. Oh, what are we going to do?
What
are we going to do?
I don't even know anymore.
Money machine go burr. That's all that counts.
For real.
And,
all right.
Banking account goes ching, ching, ching for a little while.
Speaking of things that go burr and then crash and burn. We've got the 737 Max back in our news feed.
Oh,
it's been probably like a year or close to that since we talked about it.
I don't know.
Maybe even longer.
Yeah, I feel like it was because I feel like we waited about a year before we said anything else. Because that went on a lot longer than I thought too.
Mm-hmm. So, Southwest Airlines has started resuming Boeing 737 MAX flights, and this comes after the FAA grounded them almost exactly 2 years ago. It looks like they mandated that that Boeing make software changes and that airlines increase pilot flight training in order to put all of these birds back up in the air, as it were. And Boeing and Southwest have finally, been able to do that. So, American, it seems like, was the first American, airline to. Did you get that finally?
No, I just waited a second to smile.
Anyway, they were the first American airline to resume 737 MAX flights, but they only did it on one route. Southwest, it looks like they're doing it for flights all over the country. So apparently, if you're still a little wary about the plane that crashed like 3 times in 2 months or something like that, you can opt out of flying on this on this sort of plane through May 31st without paying a fee. If you don't want to fly at all, they'll refund your ticket. So, I mean, that's something. At least they're kind of preparing for that, and that's a good like 2 months down the line.
Yeah, that's really nice of them. I mean, I'm not surprised. Southwest is honestly, of course, I've never flown anybody else, so I might be a little biased in this opinion, but Southwest makes it easy. And they've got that reputation for making things easy and just not being a dick in the airline industry. They're one of the few airliners that, does a good job. So I'm certainly glad that worked out in their favor. Mm-hmm. And Southwest is nice. I'm not surprised at all that they are doing this. I like being able to see what plane, I don't know, I'm a nerd, I guess, that you're flying on with their little itinerary. So I would be okay. Honestly, I may be proven wrong by another series of crashes, but I think they figured it out. So I'd be okay with flying on it.
I honestly wouldn't worry too much about it. So I feel like Southwest is just okay enough to be trusted to have performed all of the proper requirements to get these things off the ground. So I wouldn't be too worried about flying on one of these, honestly.
Yeah.
So
I'd be okay with it too. So yay, maybe I'll get to fly on one at some point. Know that they finally open them back up into their fleet. I don't know how many they had. I know they were going to get a lot. I can't remember if they've canceled any orders or not, but a lot of the different airliners did. They kind of held back on how many they were going to order from Boeing, but, there's a lot of older, I think, 737-700s that Southwest has to get rid of at some point, and their 800s are, they're not too old. The two that I flew on were in good shape still, but at some point you got to get rid of them, so the MAX is going to be it.
We'll just wait for that day to come. All right, let's move on to our discussion topic, shall we?
Alrighty. So we somewhat teased it a little bit, but we're actually going to dive into it this time around. So what is in Congress's $1.9 trillion COVID bill? So we got the big thing out of the way. $1,400 checks to most Americans. They're going to extend unemployment insurance and allocate billions of dollars for coronavirus testing. They've got a package that extends the existing $300 weekly unemployment benefit for, I think it's a federal check that they're sending out, so it's not going through the states. That's going through September 6th. One thing that they didn't get, to the chagrin of a lot of people, is the $15 minimum wage didn't go through the Senate. They failed to add it as an amendment to this bill. It actually was defeated by a pretty big amount too. It was like 58 to 42. It was clearly party lines because all of the Republicans said no. It's 50-50 split, which means Harris would get the tiebreaker vote if there was a tie. But 8 Democrats said no, too. So it was nowhere near close. If 8 Democrats said no in a 50-50 split, I don't see it happening. Like, clearly there's enough people out there that said, no, don't do it. Even though $15 is not that much anymore.
No, it's really not.
It's really not. $7.25 is ridiculous.
Yeah. There's nobody can live on that, like, for real.
Absolutely not. I remember making $7.25 right out of high school, and my take-home check for 40 hours a week after taxes was $250. What on earth are you gonna do with $250?
Nothing. That's
$1,000 a month. You can't pay rent for that.
That's my car payment. It's $250. Actually, it's a little bit more. That's like ridiculous. My car insurance payment.
At one point, it was my car insurance. My car insurance is a little cheaper now, thank goodness. But, like, good God, what are you going to do? They are doing expanded child tax credits this time around. So, most Americans are going to receive about $3,000 a year for children aged 6 to 17, and $3,600 for each child under 6.
Not bad.
Yeah, that's going to be different. The provision in the bill would last 1 year and be sent via direct deposits on a periodic basis. So that's going to be very, very interesting to see how that goes through.
Mm-hmm.
State and local governments get different aid. There's $350 billion for state, city, and tribal governments in U.S. territories. There's going to be housing assistance, $20 billion in emergency rental assistance. Another $10 billion to mortgage and home ownership assistance. Schools are getting a lot of money too. It's $150 billion for K through 12 help on schools, getting them reopened and whatnot. They're talking about improving like ventilation systems and getting smaller class sizes and getting PPE and stuff like that to make it a little safer.
You mean stuff that they should have already been able to do?
I mean, you would think. $86 billion for bailing out failing pensions on multi-employer pension plans. There's a lot going into this. So we didn't get the minimum wage. That was the biggest loss out of all of it. And I think that's about it. I think they got everything else that they wanted to push through on this bill. So it's a big bill. There's a lot of stuff. There's a lot more stuff that's not listed too. Probably some of it going to foreign governments, which is kind of the sucky part, but yeah, whatever.
Yeah. Just give me my part of the check, please.
It's only money.
Ay.
We're such trouble.
Yeah, no joke. So from dire news that makes you want to kill yourself, we're going to move on to something that's not so dire and a little bit more entertaining. We got the WandaVision season finale, or series finale, I guess, last week, right after we record, well, not right after, like a week after we recorded our episode. So we going to talk about that real quick. I'm going to pull up the Wikipedia. Okay, so the finale, episode 9, literally called the series finale. Agatha attempts to take Wanda's chaos magic, but is interrupted by the Vision, who tries to kill Wanda before her conditional vision intervenes. The two Visions fight throughout Westview, while Agatha frees the residents of Westview from Wanda's control, pleading with Wanda to convince her to open the barrier. She stops when Vision and the twins begin to disintegrate, but not before Hayward and Sword enter. Monica frees Pietro, who is actually actor Ralph Boner, from Agatha's control, and then helps the twins stop Sword. Vision restores the Vision's memories. Wanda places magical runes around the barrier that prevent Agatha from using her magic, and Wanda traps her as Agnes. Wanda says goodbye to the Vision and the twins before collapsing the barrier, and then goes into hiding. In a mid-credits scene, Hayward is arrested while Monica is informed by a scroll that a friend of her mother's wants to meet. In a post-credits scene, Wanda is studying the Darkhold in her astral form when she hears the twins cry for help. Whew. So, we got a lot of stuff in this episode. I don't think there is as much to talk about in the way of story development because we already kind of figured everything out. It's just a big culmination episode. I think the biggest thing to talk about would be Vision restoring the new Vision's memories and then him just flying off. So I wonder, you have to wonder when and if we're going to see him again.
It's interesting. I don't know if there's going to be like a self-identity type crisis. Like, is he just going to go on the memories that were restored to him? Is there like an underlying program that he's going to be like battling? Like, his main directive was to destroy the Vision, but now he is the Vision with the original Vision's memories, and it's like, okay, it's going to be hard to figure out. I would love to see him again.
I have a feeling that maybe he restored more than just his memories. Maybe he, took away that part of the programming or whatever. Because, I mean, if you think about his directive, the fact that he was tasked with killing the Vision, now he is the Vision because the Vision that he was tasked with killing wasn't even real. Where do you go from there, Is he just going to go destroy himself? I'm thinking that that's probably left, that he probably took that away. But yeah, I don't know. We'll have to wait and see when he shows up again. Maybe we'll see him in Falcon and the Winter Soldier. I kind of doubt it, but maybe. You never know.
How do you feel about the color scheme or lack thereof color scheme for Vision now?
It's really weird. That's another thing that I have to wonder if maybe he's going to alter. I mean, you would think he would be able to figure out a way to change his color. So maybe the next time we see him, it's just going to be regular Vision, but without the soul gem or the Mind Stone, rather.
Yeah, possibly. I don't know. I never appreciated the color scheme of Vision until I saw White Vision. I was like, oh, no.
Yeah.
Red is so much better. As much as I didn't necessarily hoot and hooray for the original color scheme, it's just not right without it.
Yeah,
and it needs to go back. I don't
like it. I don't like the all white either. It doesn't work well.
No, it's almost like it's translucent in a way. Like it's weird.
Yeah.
I don't like it. How'd you feel about the episode in general? Was this something that you found to be like a satisfactory ending for the entire series, or did you want something different?
I liked the way that it culminated. I think everybody knew at the end that, especially as the series went on, that we weren't going to have the Vision and we weren't going to have the twins after the series ended. I mean, we still have a Vision. He's not the Vision that, Wanda created, and he's not the Vision that existed before Thanos ripped the Mind Stone out of his head.
Yeah.
No, this is a different version, regardless of the fact that he has, Vision's memories or not. So I don't know. I liked the way that it culminated, especially the fight between Agnes and Wanda. I liked the reveal of the runes in the field that she shot around her. I did not see that coming. So, but I don't know. It's hard to say. I wanted more of Wanda, but I assume we're just going to have to wait for that,
Yeah.
It ended in a way that concluded everything in the series, but I still want more.
The runes is very interesting. I thought that was a nice little trick. She was learning little tips and tricks from Agnes throughout the encounter.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't quite understand where I don't know if she's gonna be able to get the twins back somehow, some way. Like, do they exist or do they not exist? Because it feels like to me there wouldn't be a way. But we don't know what the Darkhold holds, so
she can. I mean, part of her powers are that she can create matter from nothing. So, I mean, I don't think she was at that point in WandaVision yet, because clearly she had to, create the whole spell and everything to make everything the way that she wanted it to be. But in time, I think eventually we are probably going to get the twins back. Yeah.
Do you want to see the twins back?
I mean, I don't see why not. I mean, we got what, 4 episodes with them? I guess 5 episodes.
It wasn't very long.
No, it wasn't.
I could use more of the twins.
Yeah, they were fun. It was nice to see, them kind of coming into their own at the end.
Mm-hmm.
I want to see a little bit more of that.
Yeah. Yep, I agree. Agnes being put into her nosy neighbor role permanently. What do you think about that? Good ending.
That was fitting in. Oh yeah,
that was fitting for her.
Mm-hmm. Definitely. What did you think about the Pietro reveal thing?
Well, besides the obviously stupid, immature last name, even oh goodness, Monica even called it out in a surprising and really that's your last name type way.
Mm-hmm.
So beyond that, it was just something that it felt very different from what I was wanting. Like, we made the connection probably incorrectly, but maybe at some point correctly, of maybe possibly introducing the multiverse type deal and having Quicksilver brought in from the X-Men, and then it felt too much like a tease not to be something real. And then this is what we got. He's just an actor.
Yeah.
It's like,
honestly,
is that really how you want to play that?
Honestly, I'm okay with that. I feel like they definitely played their hand close to their chest with that. They were leading people down a path, and it just went a different direction than what everybody was thinking, It's fair.
It's fair.
Yeah. I mean,
it's fair.
We're going
Good
to
poker
get
face game.
We're going to get the multiverse eventually. I mean, the next Doctor Strange movie is called The Multiverse of Madness or something like that. So it's going to happen. Whether or not we get the X-Men in that, don't know. But it's going to happen eventually, and we're going to eventually see X-Men coinciding with Avengers in some way, in one way or another. So,
gotcha.
It's kind of sad that it wasn't here, but it's nice to know that we're going to get it eventually. So, I'll just have to wait and see, you know?
I gotcha. Good poker face game. Marvel, good poker face.
Mm-hmm.
Alrighty. Anything else on this?
I don't think so. I'm ready for Falcon and the Winter Soldier. Ready to see what that puts forward. I don't think it's going to be quite the ride that WandaVision was. I think it's going to be more straightforward. But I'm okay with that. You know, I could do with some popcorn buddy cop spy duo action stuff, you know?
Yeah. We can save the roller coasters for a little bit later on.
Mm-hmm. All right. What's next?
Alrighty. So, something that kind of got spurred on by the fact that, we're eventually going to end up, probably at some point, owning electric vehicles. Whether or not people want them or not, I don't think it's going to be a choice. At some point, I have a feeling it's just going to be mandated. So, I kind of wanted to get your thoughts, because I haven't really looked at it before. What would it take for you to be okay with driving like an electric vehicle? Like, has the thought of the electricity cost being more than gas ever crossed your mind, or
No, I
or
do it
anything
right
like
now.
that?
I do it right now. I mean, I'm not saying I'm gonna go out and buy like a Chevy Volt or whatever. I would definitely want something more along the lines of a Tesla, like maybe a more affordable Tesla. I'm not gonna go out there and plop a hundred G's down or anything, but
Is that Tesla Model X a little too much?
a little bit. But I mean, considering most of my driving is around town, like, I don't know, realistically, I could get away with it, you know? It wouldn't really be all that bad. And the fact that I wouldn't have to ever go to a gas station again is, I'm good with that too.
You okay with that? I don't know if gas prices keep going up. I mean, I shouldn't complain. They went up to $2.69 here very recently. They were only like $2.20 something, like literally a month ago. So they've gone up like a steep 40-50 cents in the time frame of a month. I went from comfortably paying under $30 for a tank, usually around 25, 26, to the last two fill-ups was 32. And the only reason why this last one wasn't higher is because I filled up a little early. Because if I didn't fill up that day, it was going to be like pushing it the next day. So it was one of those times where I was just going to have to do it either in the morning or just do it then. And I was like, no, I'm not doing it in the morning. I hate filling up in the morning. I only drive maybe half a battery's worth in a week. Well, not half a battery's worth, but maybe 2 batteries worth in a week, depending on what kind of vehicle and what kind of mileage it would get, or the equivalent mileage that it would get. So, like, if I can go Monday to Wednesday, charge up Wednesday night, and then go Thursday, Friday, and then, charge over the weekend, I'd be fine with that. I don't go anywhere where I need like 400 or 500 miles of range, like some people say they want before they'll even consider it. Now, at some point, that's going to need to be a requirement. Like, if you can't have the option of a gas-powered vehicle, then you're going to need bigger range. Otherwise, road trips are a thing of the past.
Yeah.
Or you just get around the idea of having to stop, which is going to require a larger infrastructure than what's out there of like fast chargers. And even that still takes, like, depending on how you do it, 30 minutes to an hour or so. And that's just eats up a lot of time to some people.
So the last road trip I did was up to Tennessee, and that was when my son was very, very little. So he was asleep most of the time. That's the only way that I would do it again, by the way. So right now, that boy would be a trip. Anyway, literally all that we did was stop for gas maybe twice. Everything else, feeding him, having to change him, whatever, I literally pulled off on the side of the highway, and we got out and did it.
Yep.
Didn't pull off or anything. I actually, what I did was I waited until we got to an exit. I pulled up just past that, and then I got into like that little, the crossed white line where the exit meets the highway.
Yep.
That way I could pull onto the exit when nobody was coming and still get that speed ramp up that I needed to.
Mm-hmm.
So it worked out pretty well. I think I made pretty decent time that time. Like, it had to have been closer to 11 hours than 12, maybe even less than that. I can't remember. It's been a while. So
yeah, I don't know. At some point, they're going to be the thing.
Yeah.
Cost aside, put the cost aside. I wouldn't do it now, only because there's not one out there I like. I refuse. Tesla's just, they're too much like Apple in their thinking of how they service things, and only we can do this and only we can do that, and nobody knows how to work on them. Nobody can work on them because Tesla doesn't make it easy. They don't release the information. They're too much like Apple like that. So give me an electronic. I want like hybrids or something to be like really the thing. Like if you need gas, it's there. Like a 2-3 gallon tank as like an emergency situation. Yeah. Or maybe even like hydrogen fuel cells. Like give me an electrified Camry or something like that, and I'd be fine. That's what I'm waiting. Toyota needs to get me an electronic Camry.
Let's be honest. It's going to come eventually.
Eventually. It might be another 10 years, but, when there's an electronic Toyota Camry that's been on the road for like 3-4 years and is proven reliable, yeah, I'm all for it. I'd be okay with it. But there still needs to be like a gas option, unless we're going to get like 600-700 mile road trips.
Yeah.
Or even 5. 5 would be okay.
I think 5 would be fair. And even 5, I think we could do with our current infrastructure. But right now, I mean, you've got to get... I'm reading the article that you linked, and the Model 3 has 263 miles of range. So if you even want to get close to 5, you have to go with the Model X, because that's got 360 miles of range. But like I said, I ain't dropping 100 Gs.
Yeah, no. I was really surprised at, if this pricing held out, how cheap. I was always under the impression, that this is going to somehow be like really expensive to have to charge the freaking vehicle.
Mm-hmm.
But if I could charge the vehicle for like, even if it's $60 a month at today's gas price, I would literally save like $60-$70. And if it goes up another 50 cents, then it'd be closer to like $80-$90 versus, the electricity cost. So like, holy cow. That's a deal.
It's not bad.
I'll pay the electric company $60 more if I don't have to ever buy gas again. And this gas was like, 50 cents a gallon, but that's never going to happen.
Not until the majority of the U.S. fleet is electric, but that's not going to happen for like 50 years.
Oh, yeah. No, there's going to be those
It might not even happen in our lifetime, realistically.
Yeah.
Which is sad to say, but true.
I just want something out there that's reliable and would last forever. Battery's the biggest thing that scares me.
Yeah.
That's expensive.
Yep. All right. Well, let's move on to the final section of the show, our trailers. We've got 4 this time. I can't remember if we said it on the show last time or not, but we've got the Loki trailer this time that we somehow missed a couple months ago. So it's old news, but we're gonna watch it anyway and get hyped. So anyway, first trailer that we've got up is the Mauritanian, I believe is how it's pronounced.
If you stray outside the designated areas, you will be removed from the island.
It's recommended you wear a hijab when visiting your client. We've had incidents of inmates spitting at female lawyers.
You want to represent the head recruiter for 9/11.
Mohamedou Ould Slahi, the Mauritanian held in Guantanamo. He recruited the guys who flew your friend's plane into the South Tower.
He put those men on my husband's plane?
I'm gonna make him pay.
In the event the detainee lunges for you, push back away from the table. We'll get in there as quick as we can.
I'm Nancy Hollander. This is my associate. We wish to represent you.
We are seeking the death penalty, but if we miss something, this guy goes home. Let's get to it.
Call this number. Speak to my mother. Tell her, I don't know, something nice.
The U.S. government is holding upwards of 700 prisoners in Guantanamo. Since when did we start locking people up without a trial in this country?
That's a lot of case files.
The prosecution won't show us the evidence they have against you. It's all redacted.
You get a problem, take it up with the government. All my time here, I've been told you are guilty. Not for something that I have done, but because of suspicions and associations. I am innocent.
He has been interrogated. He has been held against his will for 6 years without a single charge being laid against him.
Doesn't it bother you at all working for someone like this?
I'm not just defending him. I'm defending the rule of law.
You haven't seen what I've seen.
Interesting.
What do you think?
Does it surprise me that something like this happened? Not one bit.
No, it doesn't surprise me either. Now, I would hope that they would have gotten the correct people responsible for what did happen. I would also hope that, people would have a fair trial like they're supposed to.
Clearly, the U.S. government got a little bit overzealous when it came to apprehending the conspirators in 9/11.
Yeah. Well,
clearly.
Whatever. Shenanigans.
Yeah. I mean, it's not the first time, and it won't be the last time.
No, it won't.
It's the unfortunate realities of our government in this day and age, unfortunately. So, anyway, our rating system. I'd probably... I mean, I know it's on Prime, because we're looking at the stupid logo right now, but I'd probably... Realistically, I'd wait for a rental, I think.
Yes.
It seems interesting. Not interesting enough for me to go pay, movie theater ticket prices. So.
Wait for a rental, definitely. But I definitely want to see it.
Yeah.
I kind of have to remind myself to watch that.
All right. Next trailer is for Voyagers.
It's the blue.
They're drugging us.
What does it feel like to feel something?
Increased pleasure.
I'll do anything you want.
Who cares about the rules? We can do what we want.
Why have they all gone crazy?
Maybe this is our true nature.
That's a profound thought.
I would have to wait for a review on this one. I have no idea what the heck it's about. Other than the fact that they're in a spaceship.
It said Voyages, and I thought, maybe it'd be some, space exploration thing that made sense, but... Yeah. What do you get out of this trailer? It's terrible. It looked like one giant, drug-induced party.
Yeah, like a fever dream. I'd give it a chance just because it's directed by the same dude that directed Limitless, which is a movie that I thoroughly enjoy. Beyond that, I don't understand what's going on with the movie, so I'd still have to wait for a review. Next, we've got the trailer for Disney Plus series Loki.
Yay!
You're taking me somewhere to kill me.
No, I'm taking you someplace to talk.
Well, I don't like to talk.
But you do like to lie, which you just did. Because we both know you love to talk. Talky.
How long have you been here?
I don't know, it's hard to say. Time passes differently here in the TVA.
What does that mean?
You'll catch up.
Glorious.
I don't necessarily understand what's going on right now, but I feel like this is going to be a little bit, it's going to be in the middle of like WandaVision and Falcon and the Winter Soldier in terms of like straightforwardness.
Yeah.
I don't think it's going to be as cryptic as WandaVision is, but it's going to be a little bit more cryptic than Falcon and the Winter Soldier.
I
say that before seeing any of Falcon and the Winter Soldier, because it could be just as cryptic, but just based on the trailers right now.
Mm-hmm. I agree with that. First off, I loved how we got the intro out of Endgame. Perfect.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that set it up exactly like we thought it would. Yeah, I'm with you. It looks like it's going to be a little bit tricky to figure out what's going on here, but WandaVision was just all over the place. It's like, huh?
Yeah. It yes.
Either
way, though, I'm excited for it. I'm ready for this. I'm ready for Falcon and the Winter Soldier. All right. So our last trailer for the episode is actually not for a movie. It's for a video game. Aliens Fire Team. Let's watch.
And this would be related to aliens.
Of course.
Of course.
There are some places in the universe.
I've got movement. I've got movement! I've got movement!
You don't fight alone.
Okay. Looks interesting.
2 complaints right off the bat. I haven't seen the rest of the movies, but from what I've heard, they're just as hard to kill in the rest of the movies as it was the first time around, right?
That's not necessarily true. In Aliens, they're a little bit more cannon fodder when they're going up against like the Marines. In Alien 3 and Alien Resurrection, it's more of a... Well, Alien 3, it gets loose in a prison, so there's no like weapons or anything like that for the prisoners to use. And Alien Resurrection, it's more of a one-on-one thing. It's more the size of the team of the like the original Alien movie. There's more Marines in Aliens. Aliens is more of like an action movie than a suspense movie per se.
Okay. So critique about them being too easy to kill may just not hold water.
Yeah.
Fair?
Yeah.
Okay. Second complaint. I'm going to say this just like I said about Halo Infinite. Doesn't look like it's going to be ready at all. Summer 2021? I don't think so. It literally said in the trailer that this is alpha game footage. Work in progress.
Yeah, well.
Looks like there's a lot of work to be done, considering we got the Halo trailer like 2 months before they said they're going to push it back. We said it about that, and that looked considerably better than this did.
I don't know if I'm with you on that. I think this looked pretty good for alpha gameplay.
For alpha, yes. There's just a lot of work to be done.
Yeah,
I don't know
maybe.
if they'll get it done in
I don't
time,
know.
That's all I'm saying.
I mean, this could just be that they've recorded gameplay from an earlier build. I mean, you know how fast these things come together. And it doesn't look like this is like... It seems more like it's Left 4 Dead than like a single-player game necessarily. So the story might not be a huge deal. It might just be more about the experience of playing with your friends and trying not to die, you know?
Okay. Fair statement.
So, I don't know. We'll have to see when it comes out. You could be completely right, and I could be just talking out of my butt. It's always a wait and see things with wait and see thing with this. So
fair statement.
All right. Well, this is where we're gonna leave you guys. Sorry we couldn't get you video on this one, but Skype clearly wanted to mess with us. So, oh well. Yeah. Thanks for listening. Be sure to leave a rating on whatever podcasting platform you happen to be listening on. If you're on YouTube, be sure to subscribe, turn on notifications, leave a like, leave a comment, all that good stuff. And yeah, we'll see you guys next episode. Bye-bye.
Bye, guys. Thanks for listening to this episode of Podcast Period. This episode was hosted and produced by Ben, co-hosted and edited by David. You can contact Ben on Twitter at BenPlaysVidges. That's BenPlaysVidYas. And you can contact David on Twitter at Car6By16. If you'd like to chat with us about any of the topics on the show, you can hit up the show at Podcast Period on Twitter or shoot us an email at podcastperiodpodcast@gmail.com. We also have a new website that has launched featuring new articles written by us, as well as links to all the episodes. Please visit that at podcastperiod.com. Want to do more for the show but aren't sure how? We have a Patreon. For as little as $1 a month, you can get early access to episodes and so much more, and support the show while doing it. Just go to patreon.com/podcastperiod. That's all for this week. We'll see you next time.
This was a Nerdgasm podcast production.
Well, that was another in a long series of regrettable life choices.
Served at nerdgasmpodcast.com.